my first ever folding tutorial. Today I'll be teaching how to fold my version of the 2003 world record plane Sorolach, designed by Krieger. There used to be you used to be able to know how the plane was actually folded because he had his own website showing you everything about the plane. It was deleted. The website was deleted. You can still find it on the Internet Archive, but the actual picture of it unfolded has been taken down permanently. So I've kind of made my own design on what I think the Sorolach is. The finished plane will look like this. Has a really thick nose. I try to just go off of like the length because it does tell you the length of the plane, and that it does need tape, so you're going to need tape to fold this. I'm not going to be using the actual precise measurements for the tape that Guinness allows because I don't want this tutorial to be too long. So I guess let's just get to folding. Fold it in half, like most planes. Make sure it's very precise. Unfold. Fold the other direction. Trying to keep my head out of the way, but it's pretty hard. Unfold. So now you should just have both folds, whatever. Now flip it over and fold the top portion to that center crease widthwise. Unfold. Now you want to fold. It's hard to show because this camera's shitty, but it's hard to show. But basically, you want to fold this top corner down, not all the way to this crease, but instead make it to where this intersection that from the crease you just made, you're going to want the crease on this side to overlap this one. Basically, just make the crease go through that and intersect those. Crease sharply. Unfold. And do the same on the other side. Unfold. Now you want to water bomb base. If this fold right here isn't already, what I actually want to do is fold the edges into the diagonal crease you just made and leave a little bit of a gap, about 1-2 millimeter gap. Kind of what you do with Suzanne. Fold the other end like that. Crease both sharply. And now you want to bring this top layer and fold it over the existing crease that you've made. And it'll just kind of naturally break there. Now you want to Okay, so there's a natural breaking point again here, and you basically just want to fold that once, maybe reverse it before you actually tuck it in, and basically tug it behind these two flaps, make sure it doesn't come undone. These two layers, just tug it behind, sweep out, bubbling, and now, okay, so now what you want to do is fold this in on the existing crease. Yeah, and it'll touch the center. So now you have what looks like this. There's that. Now I recommend what I did is I went ahead and mountain folded this part. It was easier to make it more symmetrical and keep it from tearing. I forgot to mention that you can't really use you have to use A4 paper, and anything past 100 GSM will cause the nose to tear at the end. So really be precise on that. So now you want to fold kind of like the traditional dart. You just want to fold this edge here to that bottom edge. Leave a little bit of a gap again, because this will slide when you do the next fold. So leave a little bit of a gap at the bottom. Crease sharply, and turn it over, and do the same here. Match the other side more than anything. It doesn't really matter if this plane's symmetrical, because it's just going to spiral anyways. It's literally just a dart. Focus. Okay. So now you have this. Now you want to. Okay. What I did is I went ahead and taped. Okay. So you want to tape where these. Hold on. Where these layers here. You basically want to place a piece of tape here, and then fold it over, so it keeps everything in place against the actual raw back end of the plane. So Steven Krieger did use tape. It's just not this size. He used the actual, I think it's 25 millimeters. So we tape it like that. You see, yeah, it's taped there. Okay. Now you want to fold this edge here back down to this edge again. So you're basically just making it narrower. And I'll be careful not to tear the nose at this from this point forward, because it will. Just be very careful. And I guess leave another small gap, but there's only one last fold you have to do like this, and that's making the wings. So I don't really, and you're also going to be taping this down before you do so, which is what I do. It makes it easier. Crease it sharply. So now you have that. And you don't really have to worry about making the wings go all the way to the nose in the next fold, because it will tear. 1, 2, it's really thick to do so. Alright, and so now you want to um, basically slightly open this. Oh wait, shit. Slightly open this, and you see this is the top view of the plane. Basically, you want to fold these edges over the layer below, and just fold them over, and then tuck them in after. If that makes sense. You're gonna have to bear with me. This is my first ever tutorial, and I've never been good at explaining things in the first place. Just like that. So it's tucked in. Make sure it doesn't go on like past here, and make sure it goes under here. So on this flap here, you can see it's in there. Crease. Okay. Okay. So now you want to, kind of like the other video, the Sorolach replica on YouTube, you basically just want to tape these two layers at the bottom down. You can use one piece of tape, but you can also do what I'm doing, which you probably can't even see because camera quality is awful. Just kind of pull that together and push that over and do the same. Here. So basically, yeah, you have that now. And then I usually do this before folding the wings down, and make sure it is as far as can be from the top, which is what's going to be the wings. Make sure it's as far as away, because if you try to fold the wings down, it will be almost impossible if you even leave a small gap from the bottom where the tape is. Make sure it's completely perpendicular and in line with the bottom or the fuselage of the plane, to where you can still fold the wings down, but it's holding that part together. I suggest taping one more time where everything gets thick right here, and just wrap a piece of tape around here. Before you actually make the wings. So there's that. The tape is right here. So now you want to fold the wings finally. Fold them to the bottom of the plane, again, all the way down. And make these creases, and you can try, but you really can't. It's basically impossible to fold it all the way to the nose. It'll kind of bend up. Don't try to keep it from doing that, but it will not fold all the way to the front. Unfold that before you fold the other one on the back. So now you have, and for good measure, because I've seen the picture of the Sorolach before, and it did have tape on, shit, yeah, tape on the nose, at the very tip of the nose, so basically just place that there, you can see it, and just kind of wrap it around, pinch it tightly. And a little bit past the midway point towards the back, place another piece of tape, right about here. And you're finished. So this is my version of the Sorolach 2003 world record for distance plane. All rights go to Krieger, and inspiration from some of the folding sequences in the beginning from Suzanne, by John Collins. And yeah, that's basically my take on the Sorolach. Throw this at a 45-degree angle, as hard as you can. Don't throw your arm out like I did throwing it, and it should go over 150 feet respectively.